Good morning. It's the day after the races at Trentham from Saturday, and I thought I'd have a look back at the ratings to just have a brief look at how you could have used them to back a few winners. Shame this video wasn't up Saturday morning, but anyway, let's see what could have happened. Race 1, Grinner. We'll see this quickly. Grinner rated on top in the ratings, 92, and Reliable Perky and Blue Rata Anna in the filter, with the top 3 rated runners on a heavy track over this distance, plus or minus 400 metres in the last year. First 3 home, only 3 horses rated on a heavy track. Good way to start the day. Race 2, Art Deco was the stinking hot favourite and let a few people down in the multis, but that's the way it goes. Platinum Commander rated really well on a heavy track. Was a wee bit out of form, but if any horse was going to beat it, probably that was the one. Race 3, Rosewood stood out like the proverbial, had the top 5 ratings on a heavy track. There we are there, bolted in, $2.30, probably the best bet, value bet there all day at the just stood out like the proverbial, so as I mentioned, so had to be the one to beat. Race 4, what was this race? Oh, the sprint now. Sanasi rated 6th best on a heavy 11 track. She finished 2nd there. Let's have a look. If you dug a bit deeper, you could have found that it was on a 12-30 metre race, 121.65, so it's about a 120, 119 time for 1200 metres, so very heavy track, so had form on a really heavy track, so if you're doing the quaddies, you had to have her in, or him in. Race 5, second leg of the quaddie. How could we have had Trisha Lee quite easily? 3rd best rating on a heavy track, had the 3 kgs off, and the ratings actually rated on top after adjustments. There she is there, 3 kgs off, 104. So if you're using the ratings and want a quick way of working out which is the best rated runner, all you do is click on that adjusted column. Takes into account the weight carried with the allowance off, and Trisha Lee, it's highlighted in red. She was the one, obviously $8.70, you had to include here. Race 6, wish I had listened to my advice yesterday. Right, who won this? Redefine, good tough mare, 104, or Colt, I'm not too sure which one he is, but 104 rated there, and was rating pretty strongly right through. So good tough win, 3 kgs off, had to be on the pace, which is probably the place to be in the inside. Complete reversal of what it was this time last year. Just shame the track manager didn't mention that or give us some lead in for that before the meeting, but it's winter racing for you. Race 7, you could have finished on a really good note if you had just clicked on the adjusted column and taken the top 3 in the trifecta. Tell you what, Miss Lizzie 2nd, Vatican News 3rd, all had weight relief as well, and the trifecta only paid $513, which you would have been maybe disappointed with, but a good way to finish that day off. Anyway, with the advantage of Harry hindsight, you could have had a really good day at Trentham using the Form Pro ratings and this video before race 1 yesterday.